It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. There's a reason rappers can turn any story into a hit track. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 1,000 attorneys and more than 100 offices nationwide. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, your case could be worth millions. But the truth is, a lot of people either don't file at all or get taken advantage of by insurance companies. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, it's like hiring a legal army that has your back. If you're injured because of someone else's negligence, you deserve to be paid. No shortcuts, no lowball offers. In fact, they've secured some major verdicts in the past. For example, in Florida, they got a victim who was in a life-altering car crash, $12 million. 34 times the highest insurance offer. They got another victim in Philadelphia, $26 million. 40 times the highest insurance offer. Not all law firms are created equal. Morgan & Morgan is the biggest for a reason. They will fight for the biggest award possible and have won a lot. So if you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless you win. That's right, no upfront costs. They only get paid if you get paid. You can start your claim now by clicking the link in the description or by scanning the QR code on screen from your phone's camera. Again, if you find yourself injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Don't say I never told you nothing, man. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. In this video, we're going to be getting into the topic of should GNX by Kendrick Lamar be considered a classic album? Okay? And we're going to be referencing Apple Music show with Ebro and Low Key as they debate this topic. And I think it's going to get pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of people that watch this channel are going to say absolutely. But then there's also a group of people out there who may not have liked the GNX album as much, that feel like it's too early to tell, or that they just don't like it in general. They didn't like the sound. They didn't like the difference in the lyrical stylings that Kendrick put on this album compared to his past work. I think there's going to be a mixed batch of people as it pertains to this subject. But I think one of the main things that they talked about on this particular show was about, has it been long enough for it to even be considered as a classic, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the footage of Ebro and Low Key conducting this debate and get into their talking points, all right?
Fry you.
All right, let's
Like,
go
who
ahead
gives
and
a
do that.
fuck?
Whatever.
Now, here's the question for the panel:
Okay.
is GNX a hip hop classic? We'll start with you, Low.
Is it a hip hop classic? I don't think it's a hip hop classic yet. I do think it has the ingredients to be that, but it's too soon for me. I can't call something a classic after a year. That's just not. I can't really do that.
All right,
You feel what I'm
Eddie.
saying?
Yes.
That was quick.
Yes. I mean, it got all the ingredients. I mean, it's the what's it, like the bookmark of, or it was the end of something. Like
The bookend?
It's the bookend of like one of the most triumphant moments in hip hop history. Yeah, like the biggest beef. And we didn't know it was coming out. The album drops in November. We thought that was it. Like Kendrick won, Not Like Us, all these other songs,
Right.
boom. We're doing the thing, whatever. Then all of a sudden we get this album, and I remember us being in the group text, like we're having conversations in the group text about this album, like as we're all kind of playing it, like, yo, he really did that. And you're also talking about like the run Kendrick was on. Kendrick's last album, it wasn't as well received. Like Kendrick was what, 3 for 3, 4 for 4, however you want to put it, until we got to miss him around in the big steppers. So there was that, like, does Kendrick even still have it, until he was having that year. So
Which is fucking crazy, man. We be talking about GNX. I like GNX, but Mr. Morale, I think, is, for some reason, the overlooked capsule in Kendrick's career. It's getting more traction, it's getting more love as time goes by. I think as people's minds elevate, as the conversation in hip hop continues to elevate to other things, that album becomes more of a centerpiece of conversation. But for me personally, I think Mr. Morale might be the best album in totality out of Kendrick's catalog. That's the side of the spectrum that I sit on. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple hits on there, but it's some of the best rapping. It's some of the best concepts. It's some of the best overall songs in terms of songwriting in general. But we're not talking about that. I would put that as a classic, but we'll continue. You know, I just hate when that album comes up and people try to act like it's some sort of you know, hitch, like, oh, he stumbled on this album. I'm like, stumbled where? It didn't have as many like hits on it, but musically, that bitch is stomping on everybody's shit. Anyway.
Boom, we get that. Then you get like the West Coast album, and Head, I'm pretty sure you can speak to this better than I can, that a lot of people wanted from Kendrick that we never got. He puts a whole bunch of like emerging West Coast albums on this, gets us some like official West Coast bangers. He still does the Kendrick thing where he gives us interpersonal songs as well, introspective songs as well. He gives us Dodger Blue, which ends up becoming an anthem for the Dodgers winning the World Series, going back to back and beating Toronto. So yes, to what Lo was saying, theoretically, it's too soon to call something a classic. But sometimes when you know, you know. Like sometimes when you date a girl and you go on the first or second date, you're kind of like, yo, I kind of want to make this girl my girlfriend. Like I just kind of know. And time will tell.
Stop. Don't do that.
But I think GNX is a classic. I don't know what else I would need. Like it's not gonna change for me 5 years from now. I'm gonna think it's less of a good album. It's been a year.
Longevity is the only thing I need.
It's been a year, bro.
Now longevity is what I need.
Too soon to call something a classic?
That's just
too
me.
soon is like a month.
I agree with Ebro on that. You know, longevity is definitely a factor. So I understand where Low Key's coming from. But if an album still sounds in today's landscape, and I think, you know, this is where the elder statesmen and the younger folks clash. And I'm somewhere in the middle. But once upon a time, hip hop was mostly composed of what the labels allowed you access to. There weren't as many independent artists. There weren't as many labels. There weren't as much. There's 100,000 songs uploaded on streaming platforms per day. And I think that stat is as of 2024. Who knows what that statistic is for this year? So you could live with your album for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, if you had to, between your favorite artists, because the music industry and the entertainment didn't move as fast. The tours didn't move as fast. You know, the programming that played on TV also didn't move as fast. So you were able to take 2 years off, come back with your album, and it was all good. And you had a classic. If it stood the test of time between when it was released to the next one, it was considered a classic. And then you continue to listen to that shit for 2 years, 5 years, and then it became a part of your catalog that you just keep coming back to. So I think in today's landscape, if you can release an album in November of 2024 and people are still playing it in November of 2025, then you have a very strong case of a classic on your hands, because how many people have released music in the past 2 years that you consistently come back to? Right? All that hype around Future and Metro Boomin's album last year, We Don't Trust You. How many people are still listening to that album today? You might turn on Like That to hear Kendrick's verse, but are you playing that album? How many of y'all were playing that album front to back the week after it dropped? The album, right? And you could put any artist that's dropped in there in that same category. I think the people who have the strongest case for a 2025 classic, you're going to have Kendrick Lamar, GNX, Clips, Let God Sort Them Out. Because I see people that also put that in the instant classic category, which I actually agree with as well. From the production, subject matter, the way they sound, the legacy of the Clips and them getting back to their roots, gaining new fans. Kendrick Lamar, same thing, gaining new fans. My wife was not a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. She might have bumped GNX more than I did this year. You get what I'm saying? So that's also a thing. Is I wouldn't say a rebrand, but a reinvention that Kendrick undertook on this album, and still gave you glimpses of who he was in years past. He still gave you Reincarnated, something that you're going to have to think about. Still gave you Man at the Garden, something that you're going to have to think about. Stuff that's still being quoted. Y'all want to talk about people that make bars that are Instagram captions? I Deserve It All became the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand. You want to talk chart success? It had the chart success. It had the hits. It had damn near 12 songs in the fucking top 20. You know what I'm saying? And he delivered all of this without utilizing the cultural cachet of the diss records that came out last year. He completely discarded those records. And of course, he performed Not Like Us. But for the most part, those records are a capsule in time that he's not revisiting. And he could have, just imagine what the album would have done with Not Like Us on there, with Euphoria on there. He could have fucking put out a whole diss album. That's what a lot of folks would have requested. When the album first came out, the first thing I did when I heard it, I came to social media. I said, yo, did Kendrick just drop his version of Machiavelli on niggas? I still feel like that's exactly what it is. It's that against all odds moment. It's that fuck you niggas, I'm on your fucking top. You know what I'm saying? This what y'all been looking for. Y'all been wanting Kendrick to pop out and show niggas. Well, I'm gonna give you an album of popping out and showing niggas what it is. Y'all think this good? Y'all got this good kid, Mad City shit fucked up. I'm pressing lines. So yeah, I don't see any issue with putting it in the category. I'm gonna let them get back to it.
No,
A
too
weekend.
soon is like a week, which niggas do all the
all the
fucking
time. But by the way, and I've done it, where I've listened to something and in context, what it means when it drops and the impact that it makes, the production value, the song structure, the content, all of that shit plays into it. And when you have an album like this that is conceptually fire, drops at, like Eddie articulated, as a bookend to a phenomenal battle moment, event, has tremendous success. It has 9 Grammy nominations.
Spawned a tour.
The tour is historic. The fuck are we talking about? This is a classic.
The biggest tour in hip hop history, not just a massive tour. It's the biggest. We're not overlooking that. We're not sidestepping that. We're not glossing over it. It is the biggest. And it was going to be the biggest. Some people are going to say, oh, he used SZA. Oh, man. Fuck out of here. Much love and respect to SZA. It's amazing that he included her in that moment. She was not needed. It was going to do the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's beautiful because he delivered on something, as Punch came out and said, that they were already talking about doing before any of this shit even took place. So it's like, yo, you wanna go out and do the stadium shit? Let's go crazy. He could have easily said, you know what, this is my moment. I'ma soak in it. He said, nah, we this is what we've been planning. Let's go. But again, that shit was still gonna go up. Fuck you niggas thought. So you can't take nothing away from this GNX era. You know what I'm saying? And for anybody who feels like the music doesn't speak to them in the same way of other Kendrick albums, I can understand that. I can respect that take. You know what I mean? But does that change that it's a classic? I don't think so. It may not be a classic for you. There's a lot of classic albums that people don't like. Some people don't like Ready to Die. Some people don't like Me Against the World by Tupac. It's different factors. Some people don't like the production. Some people don't like the subject matter. Some people don't like some of the cringy lines that Biggie may have said. Some homoerotic shit he said on there. It was a lot of it. You know what I mean? But it's still a classic album. Do I go back and listen to motherfucking the Slim Shady LP at my big age? No. Is it considered a hip hop classic? Yes. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's also some generalities that we make when it comes to music that your personal opinion ain't gonna change as well.
Like, why are we even making this hard?
All right.
I ain't even know DJ Head was in that motherfucker.
I mean, that's.
I remember when Illmatic came out, and Miss Info gave it 5 mics.
Okay.
Classic. There wasn't no debate about like, boom, song fire, 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 lyrics fire,
Right.
Nas is fire, fire art. Like, why are we making this hard?
We're not making it hard. That's
you are.
I'm not making it hard.
I don't know. It's been short.
I don't know. First off, that's not how I sound. For one. Second, all I said, no, shut the fuck up. Did I say it was whack? Did I say it was whack? Anybody?
No, give it up, right? Y'all
fuck
think
that.
You on
No,
some East Coast shit now because Head is here. You trying to set
so we're not gonna fucking do that.
Because
I don't need no.
You first because I was like, look, you gonna bring it home and really bring East West together right now.
No, East West is together.
Like, you gonna fumble in the pack.
I didn't fumble anything. I said the ingredients that I need for it to be a classic is missing one fucking piece.
What?
And that's longevity for me.
The fuck out of here.
Knock it off.
Like TV Off ain't gonna be playing, and fucking Squabble Up ain't gonna be playing, and Peekaboo ain't gonna be playing. What the fuck is you talking? And you ain't gonna be looking at the fucking halftime Super Bowl as one of the most important shits that fucking ever happened at a fucking Super Bowl in history.
Yes.
Where a black man got to talk about black America on the largest stage in the world and fucking send these white supremacist crackers into
okay, all right, okay.
Like that shit ain't fucking legend.
It don't have to be the civil rights. Like all I said was it's not a classic to me yet because of the longevity aspect, not because of what it didn't represent, not because of how it sounded, not because it's West Coast dominated, not because of none of that shit. I said I need.
Yeah, we heard enough, brother. We heard enough. And another reason why I think that this is it has to be considered a classic, and again, it may not be a classic to you per se, but there's people out there that call mixtapes classics. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there that call fucking No Ceilings by Lil Wayne a classic. Lil Wayne was rapping his ass off. Lil Wayne is a huge influence on me. Anytime his name comes up, I always give him that credit. Was every song on No Ceilings great? No. You know what I'm saying? Was every song on Dedication 1 through 4 good? No. I know he has others beyond that. I don't even acknowledge those. You know what I'm saying? But some people say those mixtapes are classic. Some people say The Drought Is Over is classic. The Drought, you know what I'm saying? But is everything on the motherfucking tapes excellent? Fuck no. So, again, is this album going to stand the test of time? I believe it will. I believe the songs that stuck with people for this past year are going to continue to stick with people. You know what I'm saying? Do I think TV Off is something that I'm going to get tired of hearing? No. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Squabble Up? No. Right? So I can't disagree. And this is coming from somebody who, honestly, I told y'all many times, I have GNX below numerous Kendrick albums. I have it below Mr. Morale. I have it below Good Kid, Mad City. I have it below Damn. And those albums are classics too. I have it below To Pimp a Butterfly. Right? It's just a testament to how good the nigga is at making music. You know what I mean? Did I think he would get to this point when I first heard him? Honestly, no. And I think that also is what makes me such a huge fan, is how tremendously he grew from the first time I heard him around the Kendrick Lamar EP era. You know, he was a good rapper. He had an interesting voice. He had a story that I gravitated to. But he wasn't the rapper that he became. And that also counts to me. So, you know, probably spark debates, but I'm with Ebro on this one. And I don't agree with Ebro too often. But let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I will catch y'all very soon. More content is on the way. And yeah, much love and respect to y'all, man. Be sure to hype it before you go. And I'm going to see y'all later. Peace. Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 cent bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I could do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your health care. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks.